Hello lovely students and welcome back to English with Lucy. This test video is going to give you the English grammar practice that all, and I mean all, students need. We will be covering grammar points that confuse every single student I've ever taught. That might seem like an impossible claim, but trust me, take this test. If you can get through it without a single mistake, honestly, you're a genius. The test also includes grammar points that you need to know for any exam you might take in English. Before we start, what do you think about this? It's really important to take practice tests in order to identify where you're going wrong. But what really moves the needle, what really makes a long-term change, is what you do with that information afterwards. This is why I've created this grammar examination study guide. I cannot stress enough how important it is to take the test first and then look at the grammar examination study guide afterwards. It covers everything that we talk about in this test with lots of extra information to make sure that you never make mistakes with these structures again. Take the test, make mistakes freely, research the mistakes in the grammar examination study guide. Then at the end, you'll find another quiz and some interactive exercises to check your knowledge one final time. If you'd like to download this after taking the test, click on the link in the description box or scan that QR code there. You sign up to my mailing list and the PDF guide will arrive directly in your inbox. I hope you like it. I hope you find it useful. Okay, now let's start the test. There are 25 questions and I would like you to keep score as we go along. We're going to start by looking at 4 words my students confuse all the time. These words don't discriminate on level. Some of my C1 level students mix up these words. Since, for, ago, and in. Don't ignore these words. They're important. I'm going to give you 4 sentences and you need to use one of the words to complete the gaps. You can use each word once. Number 1, we've been married 5 years. 2, we got married 5 years. 3, we got married June. And 4, we've been married 2020. Take 5 seconds now or hit the pause button if you need more time. Okay, number 1 is for. We can use for to talk about a length of time. How long? For 5 years. Number 2 is ago. It's used with the past simple tense to show how far in the past something happened. 5 years ago. 5 years before now. It usually appears at the end of a clause. Number 3 is in. We use in to say that something happened during a period of time, such as a month. We got married on one day in June. And number 4, the last one left, since. In this sentence, since introduces the starting point of an action or situation that began in the past and continues up to the present. It's often used with the present perfect. Now, shall we try to use all of those words together? This is going to be tricky. Here is your mini text. We've lived in Scotland. The late 1990s, meaning we've been here almost 30 years. I think we moved here 1998, which feels like such a long time. Take 5 seconds, use all 4 words. Your answer should be since, in, ago, and for. Well done if you got all 4 gaps correct. Okay, those words are very tricky. Complete the gap with for, in, by, or nothing if you don't think that any word is necessary. We're going to do this one by one. Ready? I went to Spain last year. I went to Spain last year. We don't need a preposition in that gap. I hear my students say in last year all the time, but we don't need to use in or any other preposition when we have words like last or next or this or every. Last year, next month, this morning, every day. Okay, let's try one more. Is this sentence correct? And if it isn't correct, how can you correct it? We waited during half an hour. It is not correct. It should be, we waited for half an hour, using for. As we said, we use for to talk about how long something lasts. We don't use during when we use numbers or lengths of time. During is used to say when something happens, either at some point in a period of time or throughout a whole period of time. It's followed by a noun or noun phrase. For example, Mia called during the film, at some point while the film was on. Or during the summer, we spend lots of time outside. Okay, let's move away from prepositions now and look at some more words that often confuse my students. We're going to see a very short dialogue. Complete the gaps with ever, since, never, or yet. Have you been to New Zealand? No, we've been there. Take 5 seconds. Okay, we should have ever and then never. Have you ever been to New Zealand? No, we've never been there. We usually use ever in questions, meaning at any time, and never in answers, meaning not at any time or on any occasion. We could say, have you never been to New Zealand? If we're surprised someone hasn't visited, but it's not common to frame a question like this. We can't say, no, I've ever been there. And I hear this mistake from my students fairly often across all levels. These are really common adverbs in English, so I strongly suggest learning them. There's lots more information about them in the Grammar Examination Study Guide. The link's in the description, or you can scan the QR code there. We'll look at some more adverbs now. You'll see another gapped dialogue. Complete it with the words already, just, still, or yet. Use each word once. Has Zoe arrived? No, I've sent her a text, but it hasn't been delivered. Maybe she's on the tube. She's 10 minutes late, so I hope she gets here soon. I'll give you 5 seconds, but pause the video if you need more time. Okay, that was tricky. In the first gap, we should have yet. Has Zoe arrived yet? We use yet in questions to ask if something has happened up to now, especially something we expect to have happened already. It's also used in negative sentences. I've put more examples of that in the Grammar Examination Study Guide. In the second gap, we need just. I've just sent her a text. Just tells us that the action happened a very short time ago. In gap 3, we should have still. I'm really enjoying clicking my fingers today. Still. Still means that something is continuing. She was probably on the tube before, and she's probably on it now too. And so the final gap is already. She's already 10 minutes late. We often use already to show that something happened before or by a specific time. Okay, how are you doing? That was question 13. What's your score so far? We're going to change the topic again. For our next question, I'd like you to complete the gaps with a form of be in the present tense. Ready? Everyone here? No. Some people still missing. You should have, is everyone here? No, some people are still missing. We use a singular verb after indefinite pronouns like everyone, someone, no one, and anyone. And remember, we can replace one with body with no change in meaning. Somebody, anybody, nobody, everybody. One is slightly more common in writing. Body is slightly more common in speech. Indefinite pronouns also include words like everything and nothing, and these are followed by a singular verb. For example, nothing's wrong, nothing is wrong. After people, we use a plural verb. People are. I know it's very tempting to say people is, especially if the word for people in your language is singular. But in English, people are. Next, complete the gaps in these sentences. One word per gap. And you have 4 options. We're talking about an event called a potluck. 1. Everyone brings own dish to share. 2. Everything has own label with the name of the dish. Your options are his, its, one's, and their. Take 5 seconds or pause if you need more time. Everyone brings their own dish to share, and everything has its own label with the name of the dish. My students often make mistakes with the first sentence in particular. In English, we use they, them, and their to refer back to a singular indefinite person. You'll often hear this after everyone, someone, anyone, and no one. After singular indefinite pronouns that refer to things like everything and nothing, we use it or its. Let's practice. Complete the gaps with the correct pronoun. If anyone calls, tell, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I heard something fall. Can you check what was? And nobody knew where was supposed to go. Take 5 seconds. How was that? In the first one, we have them. If anyone calls, tell them I'll be back in 10 minutes. In the second, we have it, something plus it. And in the third, we should have they, nobody plus they. I've put some more examples with other words like whoever and with the pronoun themselves in the grammar examination study guide that goes with this video. Link in the description or scan the QR code there. Now, speaking of themselves, let's talk a bit more about pronouns, specifically reflexive and reciprocal pronouns. How would you complete this sentence? The 2 teams congratulated at the end of the match. 2 options here, each other or themselves. Well, they both work grammatically, so you can have a point for whichever one you chose. But the meaning is very different. If you chose each other, it means Team A congratulated Team B and vice versa. If you chose themselves, each team congratulated its own players. This is like saying, Lucy congratulated herself. Well done, Lucy. I've included another example of a common mistake with pronouns in the study guide. Let's stick with pronouns for a little longer. Complete this sentence. Do you know a shop that sells good chopping boards? I need to buy. Should it be it, one, or them? It should be one. I need to buy one. We often use one rather than repeating a singular countable noun when we're not referring to a specific thing. And in this case, I don't have a particular chopping board in mind, so we don't use it or them. Now, what about in a sentence with an uncountable noun? How would you complete the gap? Where can I get good bread? I need to buy. It should be some. After uncountable nouns, we often use some. Let's stick with some. Where do we need to add of? In one of the sentences? In both? Or in neither? Some jokes were really funny. Some them were really funny. We need to add of in the second sentence. We use of after words like some, most, and many, before a pronoun like them and our. And here's our final question on the same grammar point. Do we need of in one of the sentences, in both, or in neither? Most. People love cake. Most. The cake is gone. Yep, again, we need of in the second sentence. We also use of before determiners like the, this, and my. Okay, we're at the end. Let me know your score in the comments. And if you didn't get 25 out of 25, don't worry. You should feel much more confident with these tricky grammar structures and know what to look out for when you're speaking or writing in English. Now that you've completed the test, you can dive into much more detail in the Grammar Examination Study Guide. We'll review what we've covered and we'll practice lots of extra points. The link is in the description box, or you can scan the QR code there. It's been a pleasure teaching you today. I hope you enjoyed the test. I hope you're feeling more confident about your English. I'll see you in the next lesson. Mwah!